Yo, everybody. UFC 302 is upon us. I'm in a ghetto little room, and I'm still gonna make it happen. I know I'm coming straight off of work, so I look a little dusty and musty, but it's okay because I'm shower after this. You know what I'm saying? No, rest in peace, Sway. Long live Sway. Long live my brother. We miss you out here like a motherfucker. Like a motherfucker. You know? But man, let's get right into it. UFC 302. I mean, decent pay-per-view, right? Like, there's some decent matchups. Really, I'm only excited for the co-main and the main. I'm not even that excited for the main because, you know, the fuck. But the fuck. I don't know. I don't understand it. But I got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven fights to break down. I got some honorable mention picks first. Basil Hafez minus 3.5, honorable mention. Eileen Perez moneyline minus 192. She gonna be shaking that booty, you know. You know what I mean? No, we fuck with Eileen Perez on this side. If you don't know, she the girl who always twerk after she win. Um, uh, I hate going after the first fight, but so I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna give out Andre Lima, but no. Um, all right, guys, I'm gonna start off with Jailton Almeida against Alexander Romanov and just get into their topology first and get into the stats. Almeida 20-3. He is coming off a loss to Curtis Blades, where like time just stood still as he was holding on to Curtis Blades' legs going for a takedown and just got his fucking side of his head pounded in by elbows. No reaction to him. I mean, they knocked his ass out, but I mean, what the fuck were you doing? It cost me a lot of fucking money, you bitch ass motherfucker. But he's 7-2 when it comes to TKO. One of those being against Curtis Blades, not a great look. 12-0 when it comes to submission, 1-1 when it comes to decision. He is 4-1 in his last five. He is 2-1 at heavyweight. But he's coming off a loss. I think he had 9 takedowns in the first round against Curtis Blades. That's something we should consider too. He's 7-1 between the UFC and Contender Series, so he's fought good opposition. Alexander Romanov. Let's see who he lost to. Marcin Tybura. Not a great name. Alexander Volkov, which he's a really good fighter, but Alexander Volkov would literally, I think, get taken down 15 times in a round by Jailton Almeida. He can't keep people down, but I'm gonna go with him again. I don't know if the odds are really worth it. Um, Jumping on Almeida at minus 325, but that's gonna be the pick. Am I confident enough to do minus 3.5 for Almeida? No, but I do think he'll get it done early. I do think he'll get a submission in this fight. Him to win by submission is plus 140, or alternate method, Jailton to win by submission or decision minus 135. I think that's a great play for that fight. So we're going to Almeida by submission or decision minus 135 odds, or the spread if you want to be a little safer with the minus 225 odds. Move, let me give Alexander Romanov a bit more credit though. He is 10-0 when it comes to submissions of his own. So between the two of these guys, it's 6-2. Uh I mean it's 12-3 their UFC records because this is his UFC record, 6-2. And his only losses are to Volkov and Tybura. And he beat He's got some he's got some nasty fucking submissions of his own, but he's been going to decision. You know what, guys? I think just take Almeida the decision or a submission. I think there is a submission threat from both sides, but it's like the opposition that Almeida's faced, and he's proven that he could hold these guys down, I think is enough to bet the submission or decision prop. Moving on, man, we got a fun fight at 185. We got Cesar Almeida versus Roman Kopylov. And man, Roman Kopylov is fucking coming off a loss to Fluffy Hernandez. Me and Sway had him in that fight. But 11-0 when it comes to TKO, 0-2 when it comes to submission, 1-1 when it comes to decision. And he's taking on Cesar Almeida, who's 36 years old, 5-0. He had a crazy knockout. He's 2-0 between the UFC and the Contender Series. I'm not going to spend too much time. He's got 2 wins in a row, and he's got a loss in Glory Kickboxing to Dontavian Wise. You heard of him? I haven't. I'm going to go with Roman Kopylov here. I think it's a safe pick. And he is the underdog right now. Roman Kopylov minus 105. I don't think there's too much to break down in this fight other than Kopylov ran into some tough opposition. I think this is a step back in opposition. It should be totally kickboxing here between the two, just a striking match, unless Kopylov mixes in some Russian takedowns. But plus 200 to win by KO or TKO, I think it's worth it. Even the plus 400 on Kopylov's decision. I think he's a really good and talented striker, and he's much more quicker than Cesar Almeida is, being 36. And he's got 3-year youth advantage and the better opposition advantage as well. Now, this is the toughest fight on the card, guys. Randy Rude Boy Brown versus Zaleski dos Santos. Man, Zaleski dos Santos is a tough ass motherfucker, and he beat Benoit Saint Denis. He had a draw against Renat Fakhreddin. Oh, what a fucking name. I mean, he lost against Muslim Salikov, lost against Jingliang Li, but he beat Benoit Saint Denis. I don't know, man. He's old. He's 10-3 in the UFC. He will not give up on himself. I think it's fight to end in a knockout is your best play here. Because I really can't. If I have to go with a winner, I think Randy Brown is really gonna have to find that perfect shot. So his only like method to victory is either just straight beating Zaleski up, but Zaleski won't quit and it'll come back because Randy Brown's gonna be like, "What the fuck do I need to do to put this motherfucker away?" Or it's gonna be Zaleski to win a decision and alternate method of victory, Randy Brown to win by TKO or Zaleski dos Santos to win by decision plus 105. That's my best bet for y'all for this fight. Hey, this a pick 'em really. Minus 175 on Randy Brown, plus 145 for Dos Santos. My only concern with Dos Santos is his age. Randy Brown is 33 and Dos Santos is 37. So, but he is coming off 2 wins in a row, and one of those being against a fucking what's his name? Uh Benoit Saint Denis. All right, guys. Kevin Holland, 25-11. Sway said, "We're never betting on this motherfucker again." He clearly told me, never betting on this motherfucker again. Never. You just can't bet on Kevin Holland. If all right, 13-1 when it comes to TKO, 8-3 when it comes to submission, 4-7 when it comes to decisions. He's 12-8 in the UFC. He's 2-3 in his last 5. Lost to Michael Page, lost to Jack JDM, lost to Stephen Thompson, and who did he beat? Santiago Ponzinibbio and Michael Chiesa? Like, get the fuck out of here. But luckily, his opponent is dog shit. Michal Oleksiejczuk, 14-1 when it comes to TKO, 1-5 when it comes to submission, 4-1 when it comes to decision. Guys, I just realized something here. Kevin Holland is gonna submit my boy. Kevin Holland is coming in at a minus 290 favorite. He should never be a minus 290 favorite. And it's only plus 240 for a submission. Um, Sway and I did also have a rule: do not bet against Polish or Dominican fighters. Waldo worked out as a similar kind of underdog. I'm gonna go with Michal Aleksejczyk here, but we're gonna take the spread at plus 3.5 to be safe. I just can't bet against the Polak. Next fight, I fucking hate Alex Morono. Over 2.5 on that fight, plus 120. Nico Price, like what the fuck? I don't even know why it's on the main card. It should be a fun fight. Actually, I'm gonna go with the underdog here and Nico Price too. I'm not breaking down that fight too much, but yeah, Nico Price on the underdog in that fight as well. Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa, guys. I think Paulo Costa only way to win this fight is to knock him out how he almost knocked out Robert Whitaker with that spinning kick. He's I don't know. I think Sean Strickland is really like I think he beat DDP. I think he should have retained. He's had 21 UFC fights. He's 28 and 6 professionally versus 14 and 3 professionally. Basically has double the amount of fights as Costa, and he's only 33, and Costa is only 30. They're both the same age. 6'1", 72-inch reach for Costa. 6'1", 76-inch reach for Strickland. We're going Strickland money line here all day, baby. And we're gonna probably parlay that with the minus 600 Islam Makachev. Hey, let's go Sean Strickland though. I mean, Dustin's talking about retirement. Whenever like Sway would be like, "Man, this motherfucker talking about retirement. It's over, man." It was for G. Like it was over when they talking about retirement. He's going up against like the best fucking pound for pound UFC fighter right now. Islam Makhachev is gonna win. Islam Makhachev, I don't know if he'll dominate for 5 rounds or if he'll finish him, but we're gonna take the minus 5.5 spread, and our safety parlay is gonna be a little a little safe parlay here. I like would be Sean Strickland and Islam Makhachev minus 5.5, guys. I just don't think Poirier is gonna get the gilly, man. And he's talking about retirement. It's it's over for him, y'all. But man, like, share, subscribe to that YouTube channel, to the Instagram. Long live Sway. Long live my boy. I miss you so much, bro. Let's win some money, bitches. Peace.